Today we're going to show you guys how to stain a guitar body like this. Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? It's time for another stain video. I got this beautiful guitar body that I made myself. I build guitars on this channel. If you like guitar related content, stain videos, etc., please comment, like, and subscribe. Got this top from Kimball Hardwoods. He has got some of the best woods on the internet. Love the look of this wood. It's got orange coloring, white. It's got these beautiful flames running through here. Put this on an alder back. Some really neat coloring running through this alder. It is a one piece. I actually sawed the back off, laid it out, and got the control cavity the same. So originally when I built this guitar, I thought I would do green, like a really dark green and black, because of this coloration. And as I looked at it and I put a couple videos up on Instagram, a lot of guys are like, no, don't do green, it won't look good. And I'm kind of agreeing with them because I think I can get this orange to play with this Angelus orange leather dye. So we're gonna do something a little bit different today. We're gonna do dark brown, orange, and yellow. I have not done that color scheme specifically, but what I wanna do is get that orange to play. I was thinking about using a red to get this to really light up. This coloring is really interesting. Again, really cool guitar body that I built myself. I've got some gloves. I've got Angelus leather dyes. You can purchase these dyes in the link below. You only need the 3-ounce bottles. Obviously, I go through a lot of the stuff. I've also got some clean rags that are washed. Old t-shirts usually work the best. So the way we're gonna start with this is we're gonna put yellow down first. Then we're gonna work ourselves out to the different coloring. What I really wanna do is get that yellow to pop in the middle. And if I put another color down first, it's going to muddy it up. That is something that I've learned. I like doing a lot of traditional colors. Those sell the best. I think they look the best. I was tempted to do a pink on this today. Just didn't have it in me. So you can see immediately as I cross that line of yellow into this orange, it sort of blends it pretty good. One of the cooler bursts I did a while back was just brown and yellow, but you can see how much blending goes in. So what I like to do is 2 coats here. Really gets the color evening. Going to color the back and the sides at yellow here too. We will fast forward through that. I do think yellow on the brown always looks great. Two coats of stain. There are a lot of knots in this alder. Even though it's a one piece, lots of knots running through this. The stain went on pretty well. So now we will move on to the main coloring. Next we are going to move to orange. I always love orange. It's more of a natural color for Angelus. The red really sits in the pores, so like you can't do a red and a yellow with the Angelus dyes. It doesn't work all that well. I like the orange by itself. So we're gonna do a tear burst shape, teardrop shape. And you can immediately see the orange washes out that line. Perfect. If you guys always wonder why I use different strokes, this motion looks better than The circles, sometimes it's easier to sand out. The color sits just slightly different. Just wash the sides a little bit. Gonna do dirty sides is what we call them. A little bit of all the colors. Sometimes if I get really adventurous, I'll do the back. It's orange. Now we'll come back with brown. We'll hide that even more. It's funny how similar the brown and the orange are. Wanted to get way darker. Let's do some dark brown on the side. All right. Come back, wash with the orange rag and a little bit of orange. Actually, the dark brown looks outstanding right here. Could have been a butterfly burst, potentially. Come back with the yellow and wash the center. Really lights this on fire. That's always the key at the end. Always the key. Look at how good that looks. Move all these colors around. I think you guys are thinking it's going to be more orange. And you got a lot of the orange hue still sitting in there, but now you've got the brown and the yellow. Man, this looks outstanding. Come back with the orange. Orange really is highlighting with the brown within the grain lines. This really looks great. If I had just done a brown and a yellow, I wouldn't have gotten some of these colors right here. That orange really picked that up and it sort of darkened it. Really looks great. A couple scratches. Just scratch there. Just scratch here. There's actually a wood defect right there I didn't see. So probably what we'll do is work in a little bit more of this orange, because it's really interacting great with the brown and the yellow. Throw a little bit darker on the sides. What I really should do is do some black. We're going to take a little bit of black and darken up the sides with the dark brown rag. Sometimes I like doing like a 50-50 mix. sometimes not. This just helps really darken up the sides, like so. And since I'm going to have to sand the scratches out, this is just going to give me that killer look. The black really helped pop the orange. Take the orange and wash it just a little bit. This is where a lot of times as I'm working on these, I don't know what the final color is going to look like till I start putting some of the dye on the wood. It's where it's hard. You got to work with the colors you've got versus trying to force something down. And this was it. So this actually becomes kind of like a bourbon burst slightly. Alright, we're going to let it sit. I've got a ton of color in the top. What I want to do is sand off the couple of the scratches with 320 and then come back and cut. What I want to do is sand off with 320, get the scratches out, and then come back with the colors. Usually you got 1 or 2 shots to get the coloring right. I think this looks unbelievably outstanding, just based on where I got these colors to light up and fire. And then when I hit it with that yellow that second time, it really did it. So all I'm gonna do now is just play with the back here and the sides. We'll just darken everything up. We'll fast forward through that for you guys. We'll see you on the other side. I ended up sanding off a ton more than I was expecting. As I moved the body around, I saw a couple scratches here, I saw a scratch up here, and just decided to sand more. So not back to what we were at, but back to colored wood that I'm gonna redo. This is, like I said earlier, you kind of have like 2 chances a lot to get the color right. And so I liked the first color. We're going to replicate that. But now that I've already got color in the wood, I don't need to add as much. So we'll come back with the yellow first. What's going to happen is that rag is going to pick up the other colors now and move that around. So just be aware of that. We won't touch the back. Back looks good in that orange. Come back with some orange. Wasn't expecting to do the dark as I did on the side, but I thought it really looked outstanding. I said, the reason I put the orange down first before I go with the darker colors is that I have a ton more flexibility then. There just isn't as much figure on the outside, so darkening it up helps hide that. Alright, where's my black? Now we got a black rag that was used previously. A little bit of brown. I'm going to get that darker edge. That's the dark edge. Come back with the orange, and now we're going to wash it. Now if I put that dark color down first, it wouldn't be as washable. Look how much gets picked up. Come back with the yellow and wash it all out, and we should be really close. The line is still visible there. We're going to do one more orange. On the side here. Really washes that color out of the wood. Can't even really tell. I'm going to come back with the dark rag just once more, a couple spots, real thin line. Really like that dark edge. And we'll wash the orange once more. I really like this look actually. It's like it's almost airbrushed. I think it actually looks really clean. So the only thing left is going to be to take just a little bit of brown and move the brown in and then wash it with the orange. You can just see it needs a little bit, like so. Just helps sort of darken it fully. And that way, you can kind of leave that. I'm gonna come back with the yellow. I don't think I need any more orange. Got too much dye in the wood. That's the yellow. This is the orange. That looks outstanding. Let it dry for 24 hours, then we'll do the steel wool trick. Really happy with the way that turned out. Looks outstanding. The orange really washed the different coloring out. You can kind of see it, but not too bad. I really like taking this black and sort of going over the edge. I feel like it leaves a real cool look. I feel like I just want to do it again just to darken it slightly, and then the steel wool will help pull some of it out. So we let that dry for 24 hours, and then we come back with the steel wool. And what the steel wool does is it pulls any of the color that's sitting on the top and not in the wood. So what happens is you begin to pull out a little bit of color, and you get a little bit more defined grain lines. So it took about 5 minutes and just cleaned all of this up. And then here it is outside before any sanding sealer. Look how much more brown it looks. And then this is Mohawk sanding sealer. We're going to put 4 coats on. This first coat is really, really light. And as you apply that coat, it gets so much more orange. Flip it over, do the back. Remember, those first 2 coats are really light. You're just locking in the color. You're not really doing anything special with this. Light coat and leave it. All right, we're gonna do Tru-Oil on this. I love the dark brown and orange and yellow coloring. And as you go back and forth, really neat look. I put 4 coats of sanding sealer on here. Going with Tru-Oil because it's a little bit yellow. So it's just gonna help keep this the way I want it. I've done a whole lot of guitars in Tru-Oil. I love the depth that you get with it. Put a nice thick coat on, let it sit. Like, so this turned out awesome. I am really happy with it. I got to put 1 more coat of Tru-Oil on, so whoever purchases this, it's probably about 2 weeks still from being shipped. It's got 2 coats on here. The spots that had the defect actually came out fine. You don't really need to do anything with them. The coloring is just gorgeous. The back looks great. Really happy with the color on this. That orange sort of lights it on fire with the yellow, but you don't get the dark red. So this really is a beautiful looking stain. Awesome top with great figuring. Again, 1-piece back alder, Beautiful flame maple top from Kimball Hardwoods. A little bit of Angelus stain, some elbow grease, and look what you got. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.